Welcome everybody to another episode of Rick's Real Guitar Talk, where Rick provides his anecdotes to the world. So Rick, the question we have for you today.
Yes, sir.
We see that you have an instrument there that you enjoy. But you said back in the days, you didn't have a lot of money. Your family didn't have a lot of money. You came from a very poor environment. How did you make it in the meantime, since you always have had a music love?
Man, that's a good question, man. You know, since we didn't have any instruments, I know since really younger than 6, I wanted to play. Because I knew I could sing already. And I could listen to music and I understood what was going on in the music before I picked the instrument up. But so what me and my brother did, because I have a brother that's a drummer, by the way. You know, he wanted to play drums. He didn't have a drum set as well, and I wanted to play guitar. So what he did was he would take my mother's old flower pots, and you know, back in those days they had like a sugar pot, flower pot, bread pot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my mother gave him some old cans, and he put his little drum set together. But the problem was, it wasn't really loud. You couldn't really hear it, you know. And I wanted to play with him, so I didn't have a bass, so I went and got a big foot tub back in those days when people used to have, you know, old foot tub lying around. You could take it and cut a hole in the middle of it and put a stick on it and hold the stick to it. You know, it cut a hole in the bottom and put the stick up through it and pull the stick on top of the can where it would give you would get tension. And with the tension, it changed the tones, but depends on how much tension you put into it. So, you know, I might could take that thing and go boom, 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 boom. You see what I'm saying? It would change the tones on it. So I didn't have we would go because that wasn't really loud, you know, as far as acoustics on it. And so we would go and we had a little cement shed in the back of our house. So we'll go in there, we had our instruments, we'd put them in there, and we'd go there and do concerts for like maybe about all day long. You know, especially on the days we didn't have to go to school, like on Saturdays, we would start early in the morning and we'd be in that shed all day playing music.
Having a concert in your head.
And all day making noise. And, you know, I did that for until the time I got my guitar, you know, until I got a real guitar. You know, so it was a crazy time, man, but, you know, it helped me to be creative, you know. And I look back on it now, it's very funny, you know.
Well, you know, it's inspiration to those who may feel, well, I can't afford to get an instrument, but you've proven that you don't have to have an official instrument. You can create your own.
That's it. We had to be innovative in those days, because that's what, you know, it was all about. You know, you didn't have, what are you going to do, sit around and not have nothing? So, you know, think you got to get creative.
Especially when you have that love.
Yeah, the passion was there. So, you know, and my father was a singer too, so, you know, he was already singing, and he was very good, you know. So, you know, I already knew I could sing, like I said, but I knew I could play too.
And
I just need the instrument.
Your sister's a singer too, right?
Oh yeah, my sister, she was moving. I used to always tell this girl, you could go against Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, any of these chicks out here, but she was playing professional for a minute, but she got married and you know she got kind of religious, and you know, and she didn't, you know, the husband and her just didn't want to do that anymore.
I understand.
I always kind of found that kind of weird, because I said, why you have this talent you're not going to use it? It's kind of crazy. But, you know, every to each his own, in a sense, I guess, you know, so I had to respect it. But, you know, the Rick don't move on, though, baby.
Well, Rick, thank you for sharing your anecdotes with us this episode. And everyone stay tuned for the next Rick's Real Guitar Talk. Signing out.